Guys, and welcome back to my channel, Homemaking with Katrina. So this video today is a clean with me inspired video. It was requested by one of you lovely ladies, and I'm pretty sure most of you try to wonder and figure out how does a large family keep a house clean, or a family in general, even if you don't have 9 children. My suggestion is to tidy up every day. This is a Sunday afternoon and it's a hot mess. This is how it looks after we went to church and I made lunch, and it's a hot mess. A paper plate is ripped all up and clothes are on the floor, and it's just a mess. The kids are pulling the seats out of the couch and it just looks a mess. But I will tell you this, I clean up every single day. There is not one day that I do not clean up. Even if I don't feel well, we're going to clean up. We homeschool, in case you did not know, if you are new to this video. I homeschool my children, so after schoolwork, we are to clean up. Put the books away. Look at my plant. It's even dying. It's just a hot mess. It's okay. But we're going to get it right. So I always deep clean my house and mop 3 times a week. That is just the best way for me to describe it, to cut down on germs and to make sure that my house does not just get out of hand and I can't even keep up with it. So what you see me using, these are the products, because I wanted to share 2 really good products that I feel like are good for a large family or family in general, just keeping down germs. Using an antibacterial detergent, and which we've always used, Dawn dish detergent. It's not a product that's new, but it's very good on grease, and it's, antibacterial as well. So it gets germs off of your dishes, and of course, your dish rag or sponge or whatever you're using. And then I always put just a little bit, like a cap full of Clorox in my water, because it just, of course, cuts down on when I'm wiping my countertops. I'm disinfecting also when I'm, using Clorox. You don't have to use that, but I've been doing it for years, and it really does make a big difference. It really does keep your house smelling fresh, and it also just, of course, disinfects your home. Another product that you saw me use was in my sink. I like to spray my sink down before I run water, just from dishes and food and stuff. That is Clorox Cleanup. I love Clorox Cleanup. They even have the one, if you don't like bleach, they have the one bleach free. If, that's something that you want to be able to still use, but don't like the smell, it doesn't work well with your skin, because Clorox bleach can be definitely bad for your skin if you use too much. And I just spray that on all my countertops, and I also use white distilled vinegar mixed with water. What you saw me pour in my water too was a little bit of Fabuloso, just for the smell. It smells really good. It cleans really well, and the smell lasts for days. And it just cuts down on so much. So in this spray bottle, that is just water and distilled vinegar. I use it on my appliances, my stainless steel, and it cleans so well, and it makes everything so shiny. So really inexpensive products. That's what I use. And when it comes to the bathrooms, pretty much the same products. Clorox, that's my go-to. Fabuloso for my floors, and vinegar for my floors, and a little bit of Clorox bleach for my floors when I mop. And that is what I can recommend with cleaning. I love using a dust mop and like a wet mop, where you just I wouldn't say a wet jet. I like to be able to add my own cleaning supplies to it. So that's just my in-between clean when I'm spraying and I just want to tidy up after sweeping. I also have a vacuum cleaner that is a vacuum and a mop at the same time. I got that for Christmas from my mom, and I love it because you can just, even after you mop, just go back over even after you sweep, you can go back over that, or you don't even have to use the broom at all, because it picks up big pieces of food, wet and dry food. So so right now we're done with the kitchen. It's all clean, it's all fresh. Everything has been just cleaned, and it just, so far so good. So next I'm going to start working on the sunroom, and there's a little piece of something that I don't even know what but I got it up. Next, I'm going to work on my sunroom and get the sunroom cleaned and swept and mopped. That's where we keep our school supplies at. I've got to also, of course, clean the dining room table, kitchen table. But that is what I do. So I'm going to end this video with me talking and just let you guys just enjoy seeing me clean up. And yeah, cleaning up is just, when you have a clean home, I feel like you can just have so much peace and joy in your home because you are just able to just sit back and relax and then just be thankful for what God has given you and just really take pride in that, good pride, not bad pride, but really take pride in a clean home and know that home is where love is. And I don't have to feel like I've got to be jealous of another woman if I don't have the most decorated home or the perfect furniture or whatever the case may be. My house is clean. We have beds for all of our children to sleep in. Me and my husband have a bed. We have everywhere, furniture for everyone to sit. We have food in our pantry and our refrigerator, and our freezers are full. We are blessed. And so I definitely want to always keep that in mind and remind you that you don't have to have the perfect home. You have a lived-in home. You have a home where it's lived in. And I don't have, a nanny. I don't have, a cleaning lady. And if you have all of that, that's wonderful. But just know that it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. You're not going to have, everything is not going to be perfect, where there may be days where you don't pick up. There may be days where, you do laundry once a week versus someone that, like me, I do laundry every day. But I do that because that just helps me, and it keeps our house from, just getting all crazy with laundry. But I just want to encourage you ladies to stay strong and just try to tidy up every day. It doesn't have to be a deep clean. You don't have to deep clean 3 times a week or mop 3 times a week. You may not have to. But just to maintain, it helps a lot. And to also ask God to, in your prayer time and devotion, to just touch your mind and give you the desires to clean up and keep things tidy, because I promise you, you will feel so much better in a clean house. Just like my husband asked me one time, why is it every time before you get ready to cook, if he's home, because typically he's off on Fridays, before you cook dinner or before we eat dinner, you're always like mopping and cleaning up? Because I cannot cook in a dirty kitchen. I just can't. And that's the way we were when we grew up. My mom would never cook in a dirty kitchen. Now, she wouldn't go through mopping, but, because my mom didn't have, of course, small toddlers running around. Me and my sisters were 5 years apart. So we were in charge of cleaning, and we had to make sure that our chores were done before my mom got home to cook dinner. My mom was not a stay-at-home mom versus me being a stay-at-home mom and, just taking care of the house like that. So every woman's life is different and looks different, and that is okay. But what I would suggest, if you want to know how floors stay clean, or how, how do you do it? I don't know how you do it. I just take it one step at a time, and I always put God first. Because when you put God first, when you don't have the strength, God will give you the strength. That's how I thrive, and that's how I make it. So we had just actually got back in town the day before from visiting my family. My sister had a baby, so we traveled 6.5 hours to Georgia. Got back in town, unpacked. My house was clean before I left. That was one thing that I was going to treat myself with, coming back with a clean house, to where I didn't have to worry about doing that. And I cooked my dinner prior than the day before. So when we got out of church, all I had to do was warm it up, and it just worked out so much better. And it took me 1 hour and 15 minutes to clean my whole entire downstairs. Now, I did have my 15-year-old to do our half bath. And I went upstairs, and like I said, my children do participate in cleaning. My son, he does the stairs. My other son, he does the upstairs hallway. And then sometimes I will have them to vacuum my room. I do my own bathroom. My oldest girls are in charge of their bathroom, and everyone is responsible for their room. And then, of course, we do laundry every day, and I cook, and we just work together and in between times. But I enjoy doing it. I enjoy having a large family. It is not a burden, it's a blessing. And I just thank God for it every single day. And I just pray that you guys can find joy in, I know some of you work outside the home, but I just pray that you guys find joy in tidying up, and that this will inspire you and help you if you are wondering how to make some changes in the future. Bye. I am going to share an easy recipe with you guys because we got to eat dinner. Even though the house is clean, it has to get messed back up, but it's okay. Tonight I want to do, it's cool outside, so I just want to do like an easy one pot dish, and I'm going to pair it with some fruit and some cheesecake bread, factory bread. Y'all know I love my fruit salads because that's what my family loves. We love salads, we love fruit salads. So it's going to be a chicken tortellini soup, and I'm going to show you guys the ingredients, and then I'll show you the finished product because this is not like a cook with me. I wanted to do this video strictly for cleaning purposes, and then just show you guys the ingredients that you will need if you want to try this soup, and show you how it looks when it comes out or when it's time to serve. Okay, so starting off, you will need, of course, some ground chicken. If you don't like ground chicken, this will be meatballs. So just use some very tender chicken or some slithers of chicken breast that you just slice up really, really thin because you want it to be tender. And this soup literally takes about 25-30 minutes and you're eating, probably less than that. I'm going to bake my meatballs on 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. That's all they take, and they'll be so succulent and juicy. So you're gonna pretty much do the same concept as, you know, regular homemade meatballs or meatloaf. I've got 4 pounds of ground chicken. It's the lean. I've got 1 egg because this ground chicken and ground turkey is way thinner than like ground beef or ground pork, so you don't need a whole lot to bind it. So just 1 egg, and then I've got some spices. I'm gonna do some Greek seasoning, some of this total seasoning, which is so good. I found it at the restaurant store, and as you can see, I bought this back in November, after the end of November, after Thanksgiving, and this is, it's just January, the end of January, the last week in January. So I've got some Italian seasoning, got a little bit of ground cinnamon. Cinnamon, like I said in other vlogs, it does not make your food sweet at all. It only becomes sweet when you add sugar. It just enhances the flavor and just give it a different flavor. And if you're wondering what, you know, when you go to different places, what is that flavor that makes stuff taste so good? More than likely is cinnamon. You just need just a little bit because you don't want to put too much and then it's strong. And then you taste, oh gosh, it tastes like cinnamon and earth. I'm going to use just a little bit of steak and chop seasoning. I've got some Italian style breadcrumbs I'll use inside. You just go by the pound. I've got 4 pounds, so I use about a half a cup because I don't want too much. And that is it. That's all the seasonings. Now for this soup, once the meatballs cook, because you will cook the meatballs prior to the soup, so you can make this days in advance, or you can do a rotisserie chicken. It will be great too. You need spinach. I've already washed my spinach and dried it out. I've got 2 14-ounce cans of diced tomatoes, and then I've got 4 cups of chicken broth. You'll need 1 stick of butter. To go in my meatballs, I have half of an onion and 7 cloves of garlic, fresh cloves, cut up garlic. And then for the soup, I'm going to saute the onions and in that butter, and that is it. You'll need some Parmesan. This is Asiago Parmesan and Romano. I got this from Sam's Club 2 weeks ago, a week ago, whenever, and I'm just not opening it, but it is just so worth it, y'all. It is so good. And it is some stinky cheese. You know that it's good because it's like 3 blends of really good cheese. And it's the nice shaves. You won't need this until the end. Oh, and you'll need some heavy cream. I'll take that out and show you. You'll need a cup of heavy cream for this soup. And then the star of the show, because you gotta have it. This is the 5 cheese tortellini. And you just need, honestly, just 1. And I got the 2-pack that I bought from Sam's Club when I went shopping. So yeah, so that is it. And I love it because I put one in the freezer. I cut it in half because I can make it with, I do that Lazy Man lasagna, and I can make 2 meals out of this. So it is definitely something that I would recommend doing. So that is the bread that I'm serving with it. I was gonna do some sourdough. I want to do my starter. I want to start that. But that'll be for another time and another video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.